charismatic preemptive disqualifier out of the way. I know the video and audio quality is gonna be utter shit, and that I'm not gonna be looking at the camera. So if you're gonna complain about that, I would suggest just don't. You're wasting your time. I already know. Um, so a few updates, and then I'll get to the topic of this video. First off, I'm gonna upload the Hunter x Hunter videos that I promised that I would upload the clips. Sorry, I haven't done that yet. I've been very busy writing stuff, Hunter x Hunter content, so still relevant to that domain. But I've been doing that. Been working hard at another scripts for video essays that are going to be out soon. So that'll be fun. The other thing is that I said if you follow my Twitter that I'm going to be doing Hunter x Hunter chapter reviews, and I will do that. It's just that as you can see, I'm outside. I don't have a place inside my house to vlog. Someone's always in the house and they're very loud. And even when they're not loud, I can't say the things that I want to say around them. With these chapter reviews, I can't get hype. So, and when I'm recording like this on my phone, I don't have a script in front of me, which makes it much more difficult to speak about things the way that I much prefer to speak about them. I don't really prefer speaking at all. I prefer just, writing. That's why I write blogs and scripts, but blogs and scripts. But, video is very important, and I need to get better at speaking anyway. So I found a nice, secluded, nasty-looking place where I can just pace back and forth and talk. Helps me do that. Got to keep my head up because one, I don't like looking into the camera, because I don't look that good. And another thing is that, the place I'm at, it's kind of like the entryway to a parking lot where cars come back and forth. So it could be dangerous if I'm not paying attention, just looking at my phone. But anyway, you're not here for that. You're here for the title, because I know what I'm going to title this. And the title is going to be Left Tube is all swagger and no dagger, which is a hilarious meme in its own right. It's just the phrasing of that. Just who uses the word? First of all, the word swagger is just a word that I always love, but people don't use anymore. And then he just out of nowhere said dagger. What is the dagger supposed to be in this scenario? But it's one of those things you have to understand intuitively to get what he's saying. It's just you can't explain this to a foreigner who doesn't know English. Just dagger, what's the dagger? You would have no idea. So it's funny in itself, but the reason I think it applies so much to left tube, and when I'm gonna describe here, it's just really, really personal, my feelings on the topic. I wrote a bit more of a intellectual critique on my blog, but even then, it's just mostly my personal things. But it comes up at the end of the blog than it does here, I'm sure. So if you want to know a bit more in depth, why I gave up on left tube and the left in general, you can look at that. It'll be in the description. Important thing to note is that I'm not going to the right. I'm not a centrist. I'm basically giving up on the political paradigm altogether, which in hindsight, hindsight's 2020 is my first inspiration, the person who got me into politics, the guy who runs the channel Storm Scouts Gathering, Aaron Hawkins. He also gave up on the left-right paradigm, but and he when he did that, I was like, that's ridiculous. You clearly have left-right politics. But I think what made me pissed off at you saying that was because he never acknowledged left-right politics in the first place. He always just assumed he was neutral. It's just the one thing I didn't like about him was he just assumes because I understand he was an anti-cap. I don't think he's an anti-cap anymore. He never directly stated this, but it's clear from his videos that he's taken some more ideas from different places, which is why he doesn't feel comfortable saying that he is part of the handicaps anymore. And a similar thing happened to me. Basically, it's just like, I've read and made my political manifesto. I've made it known. I know what I want. The my political manifesto is all written and stuff. End of humanity, all that. So not only do I have my own politics, it's like even in terms of like alliances with like the left that I was hoping for, it's just like it's just not gonna pan out. The what spurred this on is that for the past few months, left tube content has just been getting more and more shit generally. There's been a couple of good pieces that I put out here and there, but overall, it's just horrible other crap. And like the tipping point for me, the thing that finally made me go, you know what, screw it. I'm not gonna wait until like a lucky break happens and I can finally, be by myself and like release this out into the world in the script in the at least somewhat scripted manner. Like what pushed me over the edge is that just the fact that the videos are just getting more and more worse. Like they're not getting better like at all. It's like I thought I was like, oh, it's just like these few months and then like later it's gonna get better. But no, they're getting worse. And it's like I mentioned this in the blog post, but like the main thing about it is like as you can see, I don't have a lot of the resources to do what I'm doing here. When I'm trying to do my ambition has always been, well, it hasn't always been this. So it's like deep down, it's always been this, but it hasn't consciously always been this. But like more or less, it's that my ambition has always been to make YouTube videos. It is. I'm worried about the birds. It's like, I know how you work, you fucking pigeons. I know how you are. No, but my ambition has always been to make videos, and it's just like, no, and that's always been for a reason. It's like the reason is I want to reform the world. I am a reformer on the personality test like things. I always get like whatever one that's the most closely aligned, just like changing the world type of thing. I'm always like on that one. But the problem is I never had the power to do that. Me and my family, we live on food stamps. We subsist by what are words. So it's always been a personal struggle. And I've always looked up to the reason I got into LeftTube in the first place is that I always looked up to them. These people who come from similar backgrounds to me, still mostly, liberal privileged types, or at least born that way. There's still a significant amount of people who came from nothing materially speaking and have risen up, built followings and been able to make a decent living for themselves, trying to change the world, or so I thought. But nowadays, and I made a meme of this earlier, but it's like it's only gotten worse instead. Surprisingly, is that nowadays they only seem to care about how their feelings, like how they feel, and like the people who are coming into LeftTube are just more people like talking about how they feel about certain subjects. It's back in my days to make me sound like an old person, but really though, back in the beginning of like YouTube, when people talk about things politically, they were serious. They wanted to like activism on the ground like stuff. Stormcloud's gathering, he disappeared because he's actually doing shit, and I'm not even mad at him at all. Because like I don't always agree with his politics, but he's actually out there doing stuff, changing the world on the ground. And you'll say, well, why don't you just do that? Because like my politics is different from his. Like I said, to enact my version of politics, what I want to do, because like he went and started like his own little farm thing, community, commune, whatever, and he's trying to build anarchy, independence through that. What I'm trying to do is I'm trying to start my own Epicurean school. That is the small time goal here. And then hopefully expand somewhat from there. That is the goal. But even if I never achieve that, I'll still be fine if I can just create good YouTube content that motivates people to actually go out there and change the world. It's that overhaul quote. It's like if you have so many people, you really should be doing something more. Not just robbing small little cash registers. And was what he was complaining about, not what I'm complaining about. It's like you have tens of thousands of people, and you're sitting here talking about your feelings. It's like it's not that talking about your feelings is bad, but that's obviously more better done in like small groups where you know the people and these small support groups. It is not the place. The YouTube platform, the political space is not the place you should be talking about every single little feeling you get. I'm not even saying these videos are bad, like on the structural level. It's like the way they make them. I'm talking about the content purely. Just like the content is just a huge waste of time. It's like, again, you rose up. Most of these people have risen up, if not from nothing, at least like they weren't well off. But like a lot of people rose up from nothing to become what they are today, and instead of giving back to the community or like trying to change the system so that people don't have to struggle anymore, they're sitting here making almost hour-long videos about why fucking ContraPoints videos. I don't watch much of ContraPoints, but like the one video I seen that had all this controversy around it. It's funny because I don't watch ContraPoints, but the one video I do see that I did like from her is the one that everyone shits on. And it's like that to me is kind of what like made me realize that, oh wait, this probably isn't for me, because all ContraPoints did was did a material analysis of the situation at hand, made a statement, and that was it. You didn't have to like the statement. She doesn't like the statement, but this is just the facts and how it are. If you want to change things, you have to change things on the ground. This is basically what she was saying. And fucking people like Thoughtline and Radiant. No offense against Radiant. I like Radiant much more than Thoughtline. Okay, so don't take this the wrong way. Thoughtline, I don't like them at all. It's like their content is funny, but it's like if all you got, I get the thing is like I'm a very easy person to please at first. But it's like once it's just like when you do something too much, you just get tired of it. And I just got tired of stuff like that because like once you get used to this comedy, it's just like there's nothing there. There's nothing to substance. This beginner anarchist videos with like no substance to them whatsoever could literally be done like shorter in a more concise manner and still keep the comedy, by the way. But irregardless of that, irregardless of my critique of Thoughtline as a content creator, just like as a person, it's just like he's out here complaining about ContraPoints' video based solely on like the feelings alone on his Twitter. It's like, granted, Twitter is not like a medium for good conversation, but it's just like there was no response video from him, and it's like, and the one Radiant who did make a response video, it's like a response video is okay, but again, it's like it's like you're not doing anything. There's no point in having this It's a dumb discussion overall. It's like it affects nothing of substance in the material reality. It's just this gets me upset. And then you have people like Peter Coffin, who similar to the Thought Slime mode, it's like just makes these beginner introductory left to videos and been able to get a good following and pretend and like I actually have like it's kind of weird because like I simultaneously have more respect for Peter Coffin than Thought Slime and also less because Thought Slime like he's open that he's an anarchist, that's what he does. It's like blah blah. Not a fan of anarchy myself, but I can respect him being out in the open saying his political views to what he wants to do. Again, I'm a big fan of Stormcloud Scattering. He does the exact same thing. So it'd be hypocritical for me to dislike that about him. I dislike more his style, the way he does things, more than his arguments as they are themselves. So I do dislike those as well. But then Peter Coffin is just a whole nother story because like Peter Coffin, I'm not gonna say he pretends to not have a stance because he never said that, but it's like at what point, right? Are you? I'm sorry, the car's coming. But it's like I should really wrap this up. But it's like, at what point? Uh, so like the thing that like really pissed me off today was like he made a video on meritocracy. He said, where he attacked the concept of like merit as a thing. Not at, he attacked the way capitalism uses it, but he also just attacked it like as a thing that exists. Like merit should not be something that we base like society off of. Basically, is what he was saying, and that's a stupid idea. Again, this is more so the anarchist mode of thinking that I have a problem with. But it's like, again, I have no problem with anarchist thinking if you actually do something with it. But last time even admitted in like a Curious Cat, there's like anarchist praxis doesn't exist really in real life. So it's like, what's the point of your whole existence? So it's like, this expands beyond anarchist tube, if that's the thing. This applies to left tube in general. Like left tube just does not do things. It's just like, it's like the culture. It's like that's more the cultural critics like barely left tube. It's like so they actually piss me off even more than all of them because like the cultural critics is just like, oh come on, you guys are terrible. It's like their their media analysis is so trite and it's terrible. I'm not gonna name names in this regard because like it's besides the point. But like just I keep saying like again. I apologize. But yeah, man, left tube is just I can't stand it anymore. And if you want like more in-depth reasons, then again it'll be in the description. But yeah, left tube. I don't fuss with them anymore. They're all style and absolutely no substance whatsoever anymore. It's just like no swagger, no all swagger, no dagger. They want to look cool. They want to wear the Soviet uniforms, but they don't actually want to fucking shoot people. And it's like, make up your mind. It's like fucking Black Red Guard is like only one of y'all niggas who has not pissed me off. Him and Peter Coffin. As like, and I don't think it's a coincidence that the ones who don't piss me off don't interact with y'all, with most of y'all, most of what people call left tube. So, but yeah, I'm done. It's just I just had to get this rant out there, get this update. You know, practice makes perfect. Um, I want to test out, see how well the audio is, or how well the video it is, and see if like I can do the Hunter x Hunter chapter reviews here, and also improve like talking off the top of my head because that's gonna be necessary for the chapter reviews. Because you know, fucking Tales of Nerdia, King of Lightning, Chibi, like Tales of Nerdia just straight up disappeared. Like he said, he's not doing YouTube no more. King of Lightning's not doing shit, which is he's usually late, so I'm not surprised about him. But even Chibi reviews, you know, usually the guy who's like always on it is like, no matter your opinion on him, you can say he's consistent. Even he's not there anymore, so it's just like, someone's got to fill the void, and I can't just do it with video essays because those take a long time to produce. So, no, for the sake of Tadashi thing, because somebody has to talk about this epic, so somebody has to do it. But yeah, I'm pretty much done. So, replace humanity, abandon humanity. Peace out.